Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Now in this video tutorial we're going to be looking at how you can create your own flipbooks. Okay, now in order to access this feature you need to select create design. Okay, once you're in Artistly, select the fast AI image designer. Once you select the fast AI image designer, the key to this is that yes, there will be a section, okay, a tab called my flipbooks. Now with your flipbooks you can see some that are being created before, but if you're doing this for the first time it will be empty, even though it says create new here. Okay, we first would ideally need to make the designs before this would become accessible to us, because if you don't have any designs that were created or set up using some of the features which I'll show you in just a moment, such as consistent character storybook, script to storybook, kids storybook and personalized storybooks, okay, then it will not benefit you whatsoever, because you won't have anything to actually engage in terms of the functionality of this feature. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let me just go back to my flipbooks and show you one that has been, well, one that's been created before. And you can see if I select read, you will see it'll open up as this animated flipbook. Everything that you've seen has been created by Artistly AI in terms of the images and even the text or the story, and also the template is all within. Now with the character, it's going to be a consistent character as part of the storybook, and you will have a couple of other function and features just down below where you can actually share this, print it or download it as a PDF. Okay, so let's jump in on how you can create a flipbook based on different function features. Whether it's consistent character storybook, script to storybook, kids storybook or personalized storybook. So all the functionality is going to be the same, just depends on what you're trying to create. So what you would begin with is, if you select the AI design agents, okay, second in the tab, now you're going to see a number of sub categories within step one. We have consistent character storybook, script to storybook, kids storybooks and personalized storybook. So you've got a whole host of different functions that you can use, and you know, consistent character storybook, you can use a character in your book that's consistent, so you're not just having different characters, you can just stick with one character and it'll be used. Script to storybook is essentially you can paste your own script, and Artistly will take your script and story and it will generate the images for you and put everything together. Kids storybook will be the same, and you can actually use your child's photo or a photo of your choosing and build out your book. And again, personalized storybook is that allows you to build out your own personalized storybooks. Okay, so what I'm going to do as an example, let's go ahead and select consistent character storybook. Now once I select this, now you're going to see step 2 has now appeared. Under step 2 we have a couple of options. So we've got your storybooks, you know, those pre-existing storybooks you can actually repurpose and reuse, but if you're doing this for the first time you won't have that option because you've got nothing created. So for this we have to visualize ourselves doing this for the first time, so we want to create a new storybook, okay, for the first time using consistent character. Now once I select that, now under step 2 it says create consistent character storybook, and now I have an opportunity here where I can actually drag and drop an image file, okay, for the character image that I want to use, or I can choose from the library. So if you want to do this for the very first time, you can actually use Artistly to create your own character, and then you can actually select from the library itself. So I'm going to select from the library, and let's go for let's go for, if I scroll down, find a nice character here, and I've got this white cat. Okay, number of pages, you can have up to a nice number of 30 pages. Okay, and what it means is by a number of pages, you'll have 30 pages and it'll build out those images as well in accordance to the number of pages you have. Now additionally, if I want, let me just select 5 for the time being. Choose dimension, so you can actually have it in different aspect ratios or dimensions depending on what your needs or requirements are. I'm going to stick with 5x4 and simply select generate storybook, and that's it. It's a really simple, easy process that you can deploy. Now once these images are generated, you can actually create, you know, a front cover, back cover, which will become useful later if you so decide. Okay, or alternatively you can actually go to AI design agents, and you could select under the AI design agents, under step 1 you can see book cover, where you can actually create a book cover there, put all the information and generate a prompt, and from the prompt you can use it in terms of creating an image. Or alternatively, what many like to do, you don't have to, you could take the image that it does get generated and you can go into the advanced image generate if you want, and you can actually apply your own text, make the header, make your own cover. It's completely up to you, it's optional. Okay, so what we'll do, we will go back to the AI design agents, and in the same time, what I'll do, I will go to kids storybooks just to kind of show you. So go create new, and you can see stuff like this with the kids storybook. You can see it will give you a number of different options: story type that you want to choose from, the age range, story summary, number of pages, and number of characters. You can have up to 2 characters, and then you can actually build it out from that. Personalized storybooks, very similar setup that you can do. Okay, and script to story, you can see, create new, just nicely put your script and you are good to go. So back to personal designs, and we shall wait for these to get rendered. Okay, so now the images have now been created. So this is where things now become fun. Okay, so once those images are done, this is one of the key things, is that in terms of the tabs, when you're on personal design section, okay, you can see we have these different features here. So these prompts, okay, consistent character storybook, script to storybook, kids storybooks, personalized storybook. So you have to be very clear and remember which one you used, okay, because this is going to be very important. Because if I select each and a different one, you'll see a different image will appear because it was completely for a different purpose. But in this example, because we used a consistent character storybook, we had our little kittens. Once I've selected that, now select create flipbook. The moment you do that, you will see these little checkbox will now appear, okay? And the AI will understand, once I select one of them, it will know these 5 images here were part of the story that I built. Okay, so it won't add all the images. I don't need to do them manually. It will do that for me. So just imagine if I had done this one previous, if I select that, you can see these ones are all getting selected. But I'm going to undo that. I'm just going to go to the most recent and relevant one that we've done on this example. Once I've done that, select create flipbook. Now what you're going to see is this pop-up. Now, first of all, in terms of create flipbook pop-up here, you're going to see flipbook title. So you put your title here. Okay, as an example, put your title of your flipbook there. Now here, drop down, you'll have a number of different languages you can choose from if you want it in a different language. Also, if you want this narrated audibly, so it can be read out, you can actually select a voice. Now, in terms of these voices, you can play them and see which one suits your needs or requirements, and that's something you can choose. So it's optional. Okay, now also we have something called select templates. Now with the template section, you can actually use browse built-in templates. You can see there's a whole selection of templates that are already been pre-made for you to use. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and let's just select one. Alternatively, if you want, you can upload your own one, so that will give you the dimensions, and you can actually upload your own template. Alternatively, you can select generate, and you can just follow these simple prompts: frame style, background theme, and frame elements. Okay, and it'll actually create its own template for you based on the information that you insert. But for this, we're simply just going to go and select any template there for this purpose. Now next, if you have a front cover, which I've mentioned before, you can create one within Artistly AI, you know, the advanced AI image designer, or use Artistly itself to create that beautiful front cover. Maybe on the title of the book and even the publisher name. That's something you can do. You can actually drag and drop the files, or let's just imagine if I had the front cover already. Okay, so it was this one. I would simply select it, and I can add that for both front and back. You can see they can have its own respective covers. Okay, if you want to change it, you can always remove and delete and move on with that. So once you've taken those steps, simply select generate flipbook, and just like that, it is done. That's it. Okay, so now that's getting processed. You can see this one that we created earlier. Okay, exactly the same. If I now go select read, this is how it will appear. Now you'll see that's the image of the kitten, and we have all of the images of the cat consistent in the story. And one of the key things is we have our nice template, beautifully done, and that cat subject that we used will be consistent throughout the entire flipbook. Another great thing is that even the text will be relevant to the imagery that's created. Okay, you know, even about going for a nap, you can see the cat's about to sleep, and then he's off knowing, dreaming, sleeping away there. Also, to just get a little bit familiar with the settings down the bottom, you can see you can actually zoom in. You can play this, so it automatically scrolls through. You can share this on social media or take the URL and send it. Okay, alternatively, you can print or you can download as a PDF file. Okay, and you can see this one is ready. This is the one which is done. You can see how fast these do render, and that was the image that we chose for this, and essentially it will be the same. The only differences is the template. Okay, and now if I go back and select create new, it will redirect me personal design. Okay, now remember, for every other feature that you may have built, this is something you can do. So personalized storybooks, kids storybooks, scripted storybook, etc, etc. Now for this one, kids storybooks, say for example, be the same process. So you just make sure you've always selected the correct feature that you are building your book from. Once you do, select create flipbook, and it'll be the same process. Select one. You can see these were all the 5 images created in this story. Create flipbook, and it will take you through the same process. Okay, take you through the same process in doing so. So having said that, once you're done, you can actually download, or you can read or share with that URL. And that's how you can create your flipbooks using Artistly AI.